All right, it is June 22nd. We are back. The stock market is back Monday, another day, and a really strange day today. It's kind of a slow day. We had SINT, gap and go. I called this, I believe in May, right here, maybe in this candle on my videos. I said it's going to fill the gap, and which it did. 142 million today. And the news was, let me look here. What was the news here? SARS and COVID-2 testing results, technologies announces. So positive news. They have a COVID and SARS. And SINT is technologies. They do biomaterial research, manufacture. So this is 11.8 million in float. The problem with this stuff is the move is all pre-market. Very large candle, then it moved up. And then it was a nice short here, then another move pre-market before the open, and then it just started to fade. So it wasn't a good stock for the open at all. It was all pre-market, then fade if you caught the short. So that was it for that. Now, we had runners last week. In the last few weeks, the stock market's been extremely hot. And now, we're back to normal. We have 30, 40%. They're in the top movers. So we have settled in. EVOC here came out of this broadening wedge, really nice gap and go here. And we had a nice move up here pre-market, then a new higher low, and then start to fade. This actually looks like SIN a lot. It looks like the same pattern, doesn't it? Wow. And this didn't give much range, so this wasn't, usually your top leaders, you'll always get a great stock. The first two weren't great at all. Maybe short a little bit. IDEX was a great long. This was clean over 275, and then start to run up towards 3 and all the way towards near 4. What catches your eye on this is 13 EMA. You have a nice cross over 20 EMA, and right over 3. You could have got in here too, right over about 289. See, once you have this, all this is fake noise. It's not going to go through. 13's over 20, you can't go through until here. This is where it happened. Then it's washed so hard to 3. Look at that bounce to the number exactly. Then it started to fade. See, when you have a bend here, they're little bends. They're nothing. It's like a little move. It's nothing there. Right here, when you see this, probably about 370, you start to fade. So that's where you got to get out. And this is only the 5-minute. So even in the 10-minute, you're seeing this candle, and then you start to see this move like that. Yeah. This is really weird. You don't see that often. I mean, you'll see moves down, but that was a strong wick. So, and this is holding up after hours, 364. It's a 130 million floats. It's a higher float name. And VTA, this was actually very good pre-market, over 22, and hitting your 20. What was this? About 27.45. And held support here. Look at this. And it went right back up to almost 27. This was a nice long. FFHL. This was over 350, then over 450. This didn't have great volume down here. You see about 12,000 shares on some of these candles, 5-minute candle. Usually, 50,000, 100,000. So, and this was Fuji Films. This was a gap and go. Then you have NK. Nant West, K West. And here's your line pre-market. Sometimes you don't have to draw a line. The lines are here. There it was, 10. And then we rocketed it up, 13 over 20. Nice move, the 1250, sort of faded here, little triangle. This was a nice long too. Fran, this was immediate pop over 4. There's your sell signal, that high wick, shooting star, and then fade it down on sideways. That was a good long and short, but it's a quick move here. This lasted 9:40 to 10:45. So what's that? 25-minute like hold period if you're going to hold it. So it's not that bad. Some of the moves are stronger, throughout the day. This 25 minutes probably like an average time you're going to hold. It's not a quick move like a 5-minute trade, so that's actually not a bad trade. FRPX. This is a nice move up here. 3.4 million. 5 Prime Therapeutics. This was a long all day. See how it's riding a 13 EMA. Very nice volt. No interest in that. Kirk was a nice mover. Very small candles here, right over 230. And then right over 254. And then there we go. It is a classic long. Lotus 13 EMA. Tight, tight, and it's rode up high. So that's a great long all day. It never was a short. Never was a short all day. What else we got here? SHLL. This wasn't a good chart. I don't like choppy charts. I mean, you can trade it. Like maybe here you found line 16, but it's very hard because then look, you're going through. It's very hard to read these charts. They're very choppy up and down. WKHS workhorse. This was nice over the 510, 530, and a really fast wash, 550. And see how this went through so fast? It didn't have time for the EMAs to break down. Like for even here, it was so fast and it bounced back. So that's how they stop people out. When you see a move so fast come down and eventually it bounces, because the move is too fast. It has to be a slower move down, a grind down. KTOV, this was over 65. Not that great a range though. HTX was a short. PGen, this has been pretty good the last few days. This was nice over 520, got as high as 580, then faded. GNMK, this was right over 1350. There's your line pre-market, and then this took off all the way to about 1525. So there were some good moves today, but compared to the last few weeks, even the last few months, the top gainers weren't as strong. Their moves, though, they're nice gainers, but not like the 300–400% moves. And this is going down probably at what, the top 20 here. What else do we have here? Oh, STAA, Star Surgical. This is a really weird chart. So Friday, and there's very smooth lines here. Nothing too dramatic. Really took off there. It's very far from 1320 EMA. Touched 58 and faded a little bit. This is a great long. Pure momentum. What else we got here? ARYA, Sciences, Acquisition. Over 16. You had pre-market here was over 1575, then over 16. This was a nice little pop, the 17. EXPI, World Holdings. Not a lot of volume here. See, some of these stocks are like very light volume, so you have to be careful of that. What else we got down here? ATRA. This was very strong over 1125, almost a full $1 there. That's not bad. If you can make $1 almost any stock, you have 600 shares, you know, $600, 1,000, 1,200. So if you make $1 a share, that is a good trade. AFMD, this was right over 450, faded a little bit, then back to 460. What else we got here? That was pretty much the top. It wasn't too that many great gamers. Yeah, there's some good game. Oh, let me look at LPCN. That's what it is. This has a big gap right here. Look at this. LPCN, what's it called? Liposin. Right over $1 here. $1 roll. Great volume today. 10.5 million. You have a huge gap to almost 250. This has been grinding down. Had to move here, then bounce back and up. This is once you're over 1, this could get interesting here. You could have some maybe news or something. This could really pop. So I would keep that on watch. All right, let's take a look at the SPY. What did the SPY do today? SPY was down, I believe. what was it, pre-market or futures? Well, futures are over now from yesterday, but it was down. It finished up 153. It sort of was going on the 5-minute here. You had to move all the way down here. It was pre-market. Nice bounce. And then came down. This is a typical, yeah, it's a typical stock chart right here. You have a down move, red to green, and then came back. Then you have a higher low, and then came back again and higher low. See this? So it was more like a rolling, like a snake there. And that's the kind of chart you want. You can buy the dips here. So that's very good long. Right now we're at 311. And the SPY right here, the stochastics have crossed over. Red's over white, which is not good, but then it's trying to look like cross back again now. So complete indecision here. Did a wash down, we came back up. Trying to fill this gap to almost 320, 319. Came back again. And we got to get over this line, which is right about there. So, and then we have the low here. So we'll see what it does. S&P finished, the Dow Jones finished up 153, SPY 20, NASDAQ 110, small caps 12. VIX was down 3.35, 3177. So VIX is falling. Commodities, gold 1765, silver 1784, oil's 4082 and rising. So we'll see what happens here. I think we're going to try to make a move up here, at least test 320 again, maybe come back down until we finally get a decision here. We'll see how that plays out. NASDAQ, look at that, testing that high right here. So you have a double top, almost a triple top. But it's been so strong, the NASDAQ right now. Dow Jones. See, this is a classic trend line here. One, this is touching right here. At one, not really touching here, but just touching the wick. 2, 3, now 4. Look how that touched. Now we'll see if this holds or it's going to fall through here. Right now it's complete indecision. We will see what happens with the Dow. Let's take a look at what do we got? The VIX. And see the VIX. If the VIX goes below 30, I think the bulls are in control here. We had to move up. It's trying to hold this 20 EMA. It keeps like hugging this on the 4-hour. Look at this. Trying to get oversold again. See, it looks like maybe a form a new base. Come here and then back up again. We'll see. The 2-hour, 3190. Hours crossing back down. The 30-minute, right there. So on the weekly too, we're see it's trying to come up. We crossed over white over red, which means there's going to be more volatility ahead. Come down. This might come down again, then bounce again. So very volatile. The market's not deciding one way or another. This continues to stay up. UVXY. This is on the daily. And this really got put down. And now we're at 34. So right about here. So the UVXY is going down. Volatility is trying to decrease here. Let's take a look at UDOW. This mimics the Dow Jones, and this is forming a big triangle here. Your all-time high is up in March, February, coming down. Tried to break out, came back down. Now we're caught. The low keeps getting higher. You get 1, 2, 3. This is perfect 3 touches here. So which way do we go? This is going to be decided one way or another within July. Maybe by July, maybe end of this month here. I'm leaning towards we're going to move up here because the whole trend is up. So on the weekly though, 20 EMA still over 13, so it's still negative. See, these moves here, it tried to get through, but the reason it can't, just like the reverse, this is on the bearish side. 13 EMA needs a cross. That's why we're doing all this chop around until we finally see it's flat now, and it's going to cross up. So I believe we're looking bullish, but it's to be determined exactly. There's no definite answer at this point. Just the way it's looking. The 4 hour, it's more bullish. Ever since this drop, divergence line still looks good there. 2 hour and the 1 hour is very high up here though. And we'll see on UDAL, SPXL. This mimics the SPY. Same thing. Massive triangle forming. Which way will we go? On the 5-minute, it was a nice day. On the 30-minute, you see the big drop. Move up, and we're sort of going down here. And which way are we going to go? We'll see. Hour, 2 hour, and the 4 hour. Sort of caught here. Want to fill that gap. So it's not really dropping lower, so it's a good sign. We'll see what happens with that. TNA weekly, the same thing. See, it's getting knocked down by the 13 EMA. That's about 2767. And the tried right here got knocked down right at 38.2 Fibonacci level. The lows are getting higher though, so that's positive. So we will see. This is the daily. I need the slide down here. There's all this line. See it? It keeps going right here. It keeps getting knocked down. On a descending triangle, eventually it'll break up. It's going to be a breakout. Unless this keeps going down and breaks down, which is still possible. We'll see with that. TNA, TQQQ. This is trying to break out. Watch for this to get over 97.75 right now. So after hours, we're up. TQQ is very strong. Mimics the NASDAQ. Here's our financial bulls, FAS. This is going down. Try to get near the 38.2 fibs, but never really made it. Now we're going down here. This isn't looking as strong. It's looking weaker, actually. We'll see what happens with that. And what else we got here? I got a Saxo. This loves the semis. This is trying to break the 50 Fibonacci level. And it's coming back up here. And will we break out here? Right now, after hours, we're up. This is looking like it wants to break up. Watch towards and move towards 200. I think we can get to 200 on Saxo. JNUG. Gold is actually moving today. This is a big triangle too. Eventually you're going to have a up or down. The divergence is down here. See this? That means divergence is going this way, and that's going to go that way on the stock. This is going to break out probably on JNUG. And Nougat, the same thing. You had the first move up in May, and it sort of found a new trend line. It's breaking up now. It looks like a nice breakout Nougat. I wasn't surprised to see back to this high, about 83. Maybe we get to the 38.2 fibs, 95, 100 eventually. We will see on that. Some oil stocks, OKE. This is energy. Sort of like this too. This found this trend line, 1, 2, 3. If this holds here, we could probably bounce back and fill this gap to 42. We'll see if that happens. Oxy tried to fill the gap and came back, but it's holding the 13 and 20 EMA. We'll see what happens. As long as this holds, we're still good long. So that's still positive. Some REITs, MFA. This is fading here. Either going to get a bounce and break out or a breakdown. So just watch on that. IVR. It's had a green candle there, which is bullish. This might come down a little bit more, then start to break up. We'll watch on IVR. What are some other oil stocks? Vor showing a cross here. Maybe it's going to be a direction here. It'll probably break up if oil continues, so it'll be bullish. So that's on Vor. The cruise liners haven't been good at all since they announced, I think, September. They got to wait till they can start shipping out again to sea and getting customers and doing cruises. So here we go. Line, start in the middle, back to the trend line, up the new trend line. sort of fading back down here. It's getting very oversold. I might like them soon here. This is 1830 ounce stochastics, very oversold. You can see oversold, bounce, and then we had a divergence up to here, and then another big move here, bigger move. So this could fade a little more to be a nice buy. So right now, it is no official buy signal. RCL, same thing, same like pattern, it's going down. CCL, forming a cross. This might be ready for a change up, we'll see. It's a cross at the bottom of a pattern, we'll see. On that, some airlines, Hawaiian Holdings. Yeah, this is getting ready for a nice buy here. I can see it here, look, buy, down, buy, sort of went sideways, then up, sell, then buy again, trend line. See 1, 2, 3 trend lines up. Just going to go to this trend line, about the 23.6 fibs, which would be about, what's that, 1250 maybe. It might come a little bit short, but it's at 11. It's very oversold. Hasn't been this oversold since when? There it is. That was your last buy. So the market might be changing here soon. I think Trump's saying another stimulus package, infrastructure, stimulus, unemployment. We'll see if that happens. So, but this is getting ready for another buy. It's getting very oversold. I actually like that. What other we got? Love. What's it? Southwest. This is a new trend line now. This is breaking down. So, JetBlue. JetBlue is not as far down. It's still getting oversold. We'll see how far this goes. There's Azul. It's another airlines. This is still coming. Still has room to run down to the downside. We'll see what that. What's that? American, AAL. This is about 40 on stochastics. This could run further. Not exactly a buy signal yet. Yeah, let's see. What are the other airlines? Here's the airline sector. Here's United. Don't like it here. It's sort of caught, unless there's a bounce, but it's not running its full cycle. I wanted to get out further. It might do this and then eventually get really oversold. Delta. Here's Save, Spirit Airlines. It's sort of caught in the middle too. Still in a downtrend though. ALK, I like a little bit more. Let me draw a new line for this. ALK. Draw a line here. There's your new outer trend line. And on this one, draw this here. That's a full body. You're trying to have full body range here. So you got right here, almost 25. A little bit tougher. If you draw a line here, then it's broken, the trend line. But on this, you can see here, bounced up. You had 1, 2, like 4 candles, support. There's another support. There's another support. So will this go this far down? I don't think on this. It's already at 11. This might hold. This is like the former breakout area, 35. This falls below, you have maybe 34, and then I would say 32.78. We'll see with that. It's getting very oversold at this point. Gold still might go down. So that's it. So some airlines look like they're ready to get maybe a bounce soon. Some are still in a downtrend. The cruises are getting very oversold again. We'll see what happens here with news and everything else at this point. So the market's still kind of choppy, and we had a good day today. It's still not official direction. We're still down. We're trying to break up, but it's complete indecision right now. There's no, as we go back and we look here, it's not like in March when we had this, little down day. Then we're pretty much up the whole time. Then May, it was that May 14th to June 9th. There it was, that little run. And now we're sort of like chopping here which way we're going to go. So we need to determine a decision, the bulls or the bears, who's going to win right now. And so swing trading is a little bit harder at this point. You could probably swing long on some of these oversold plays, waiting for a bounce. They could go lower still, so to be determined. All right, so that's it for now. Please subscribe and like, and we'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have some sort of news, maybe something to pop the market, and we will see. So that's it for now. Peace. Take care.